next up is Javi Lopez from Madrid. And Javier is an expert in generating graphics using AI tools, and he did some amazing work, really pieces of art. And the question we all have is, how are you doing this? Can you create a image that looks like photorealistic and can be used in all kinds of media?
So, hello everyone. Super nice to be here with all you.
Javier, what makes you so excited about AI?
Well, that's a very good question. Because if you think about it, in the past, every time that technology had improved a job by automation, it had been always been of mechanical nature. So repetitive work or work that involved expensive physical labor, no? But with generative AI, I believe, or I think that is the first time in human history that humans create an automation that affects creative work. And this is incredible.
Javier, show us.
Okay, let's go.
So I would love to bring you to the stage, so show us the work that you've done.
Let me show you. Okay, so super nice to be here with all of you. Let me try to hide this thing. And I'm Javi Lopez, and today I want to tell you about the paradigm shift of generative AIs. So when Robert asked me when Robert asked me to create this talk, to give this speech, I was very tempted to do something like this. Okay, asking GPT-4 for a summary of the talk, then copy pasting that into something like a Slate AI that can create PowerPoints in a few seconds using, of course, artificial intelligence, and later creating a 3D virtual avatar with Synthesia that speaks English better than I do. As you can see, not bad, eh? But I think I can do it better for now. In a few months, we'll see. So very briefly about me, I'm a geek. I love design, tech, programming, writing. I'm passionate about science fiction, stories, video games, you name it. I started computer science, didn't finish it. I started an Erasmus in Poland. I did finish that and co-founded a social network for Erasmus students that got acquired by Spotahome. After 12 years of adventure in that startup, I've been the 2 last years spending like a kind of sabbatical. So a lot of time for experimenting and investing in startups mainly. And I discovered generative AI something like 1 year ago in April 2022. And I've been playing a lot with it since. So I like to navigate in that intersection point between design, technology, and stories. It's a place I love to be in. My first encounter with generative AI was 1 year ago. I remember I was traveling in Madeira, and my friend Emilio sent me this WhatsApp, and I was like, "Oh, come on, this is incredible," because 1 year before that, we had something similar with DALL-E 1, but of course it was very far from this result. So in the moment that DALL-E 2 appeared, just with a very simple sentence like a description of a photo of an astronaut reading a horse, and artificial intelligence was able to generate pixel by pixel an image like the one we are seeing here. And after seeing this, my head exploded. In fact, for me, long before that, because I've been always passionate about the concept of artificial intelligence, thanks to science fiction mainly. And my first generative images were in 2018 with our breeder. But until DALL-E 2, generative AI was a bit crappy, as you can see here. We were able to do Mr. Ugly here that I did with our breeder, or with DALL-E 1 that never went out to really drive for everyone. They were able to create this famous avocado chair. But after DALL-E 2, creating images like this was possible, just with a text description. And that was like having a magic wand. And there were people creating real wonders. So an astronaut riding a horse, or a horse riding an astronaut, whatever you want. Everything was possible. And this was in that point that I really love, that intersecting point between design, stories, and tech. So of course I was like, oh, wow, this is amazing. I really have to be into this. So AI 1 year ago, we were moving in a lower layer of abstraction than nowadays. We have OpenAI, of course, GPT, DALL-E 1, DeepMind, playing Go with AlphaGo, NVIDIA for the hardware, and people, very techy people like myself, training their own models and doing competition in Kaggle, etc. But AI today, we have moved to an upper layer of abstraction. So today, training our own models is a thing a little bit of the past, except for a very good reason, of course. Maybe if you are Midjourney, you are OpenAI, of course you are training your own models. But right now, we can mainly swim in the realms of tools and APIs. How many times have you thought something like, if I could go back to the internet era, to 2000, for example, wow, I would create an amazing startup because now I know what I have to build. I will replicate Amazon, whatever, no? Well, I believe that AIs are today what the internet was in 2000. So I think there is a big opportunity here. Who are the biggest players right now? Of course, we have Google versus Microsoft in an epic battle. And Microsoft is in the middle of a love history with OpenAI. And why Microsoft did that? Why Microsoft bought 49% of OpenAI in this epic wedding? Well, because they know that Bing, almost nobody uses Bing in comparison with Google. So they doesn't have anything to lose. They can go all in, and they can change the mentality into something more similar to a startup. So go fast and break things. And because of that, they developed Bing Chat in top of GPT-4 super fast, and they weren't scared of showing it to the world. Whatever happens, happens. And in the other hand, what is Google doing? Well, for me, Google is like a kind of sleeping giant, because they have super cool, amazing, awesome tech like Lambda, but they doesn't allow anybody to play with it. The things they are releasing like BAR are not as good as ChatGPT-4 is. So, well, I think they will wake up eventually, and they will start using in better ways the amazing tech they do have. Something that they both have said already, and they are announced last month, is that Microsoft is going to include artificial intelligence in all their work, in all its workspace. So soon we'll be using artificial intelligence in Excel, Microsoft Word, etc. And the same with Google. They are going to be a complete integration of artificial intelligence in all their workspace. So soon we'll be able to summarize an email inside Gmail with artificial intelligence, to be talking in a speech or a talk or Hangouts, and then taking automatic notes of all that the people are saying, and then having a summary, for example. All these kind of things will be possible pretty soon, both in Google and Microsoft. This is a screenshot of that thing that Google is working on, that is already released for some people inside Google Workspace. You will be able to create automatic PowerPoints, powered by AI, etc. And in the other hand, Microsoft is doing the same. So this is an example, a screenshot of how we are going to use artificial intelligence inside Microsoft Word. So both companies are putting artificial intelligence in the really center of their objectives. Of course, there are more big players. Another one is Facebook, that a part of playing space invaders in metaverse, they also have a really cool large language model that is called Llama. The problem, or the good news, depends, is that it's already leaked. So it's out and people are starting to get Llama and doing strange experiments like, what about if we put Llama inside an iPhone? It will work, and it works. So it's already out there. And we also have, for example, Adobe, that last week they released, or 2 weeks ago, I don't remember, Adobe Firefly, that in my opinion is better than DALL-E 2, but not as good as Midjourney. And I believe, or I think, that soon we'll have something related to generative AI also inside Photoshop. We'll see. Of course, NVIDIA, they have the hardware, and Amazon, they have the infra. So they are the equivalent to Levi Strauss in the past century. They are selling shovels in this new gold rush. And where is Apple? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Maybe they are super top secret building something. Maybe they are building a large language model fully integrated with iPhone and with Mac, or maybe they are doing nothing. We'll see. There are also some small players, not much, that has their own tech, because nowadays it's quite difficult to have your own tech in artificial intelligence and do something valuable. A good example of this is Stability AI, of course, with Stable Diffusion for image generation with AI, of course. My favorite tool, that is Midjourney, that is super cool, and I think is top notch of what we can do in terms of generating images right now. This can be Runway, it's another example. This can be the video editor of the future. They have a tech that comparing, so for example, with DALL-E 2 and Midjourney Stable Diffusion, we can generate an image from a description, so just a text, and they do the same for video. Of course, the quality is not very good, and maybe they are like DALL-E 1 was 2 years ago, but what are they going to, how is this going to be in 3 or 5 years? Well, it can be incredible. And there are a lot of smaller players that are taking advantage of third-party APIs. So right now, there are a lot of open source APIs, or not open source, but proprietary APIs that are released, like GPT, Stable Diffusion, Whisper, ControlNet, etc. And on top of that, anyone, you and me, can create powerful tools in a matter of weeks. And I'm going to show you some examples of this. For example, Lensa. Lensa created an avatar app. Then you were able to upload something like 10 to 20 photos of you to this app, and they were just creating avatars of you, maybe you as Superman, you as SpongeBob, things like that. Okay, they did $40 million in 2 months with this app, and they were not using their own tech; they were using Stable Diffusion and Dreambooth, that are open source APIs. Incredible. Another example of solopreneurs, so one-man company, are Peter Levels and Danny Postman. They both are creating tools, app, websites in top of Stable Diffusion, Dreambooth, and ControlNet, and they are doing pretty well. They have like apps for taking a photo of your living room, for example, and then the artificial intelligence powered by Stable Diffusion gives you different ideas of what you can do in terms of design, interior design, things like that. Another example is Leonardo AI. They have a pretty cool software in top of Stable Diffusion, once again, for generating video game resources. And why not? Best AI prompts, that is my own website. This is the only commercial I'm going to do, I promise. If you are thinking about how I can start on this, how I can start generating image using artificial intelligence, this is a good place to start, because I have gathered like a bundle of very cool prompts in different categories like cinema, photography, food, etc. So anyone can learn how to start generating images using artificial intelligence super fast. And more and more and a lot more. And all of them are taking advantage of this third-party APIs. And I'm sure that soon there will be $1 million industry around generative AI. So how to prompt? Well, I believe that potential professions such as prompt engineer or something like that doesn't have a feature, because the difficulty to do a good prompt for generating an image or a song or something like that tends to be minimal. And I think soon it will be like adding, I can search on Google on your CV, you know, like nobody will put something like prompt engineer in their CV in 3-4 years, I think. But it's true that today, obtaining good results can be difficult. So 10 years ago, for creating a Polaroid camera in 3D, we had to spend a lot of time with a 3D software, for example, 3 Studio Max, modeling, texturing, lighting, and to get this kind of result, no? And today, with a really simple prompt like cartoon cute Polaroid camera retro style, in just 20 seconds, we have this result. This is amazing. So let's see some Midjourney prompts in action, so you can also learn how to create this kind of images. The first example I created is a baby dragon. This is the prompt. So it's quite long prompt, cute baby dragon, close-up facial portrait, blah, blah, blah. And this is the result. Wow. For me, this is incredible. So because I start dreaming about what we are going to have in 5 years or 10 years. If right now, with just a text description, we can create this, what's next? Maybe next will be video. Maybe next will be real time. So video games. Well, it's going to be amazing. Another example. Can you generate Gordon Ramsay cooking with Minnie? So I was thinking in something strange. Yes, we can. Here we have a prompt, and this is the result. Look all the small details that the image has. It's incredible. The face is pretty well done. The minis are well done. Even the hands are more or less okay, because generative AIs have a lot of problems with hands, but these hands are more or less okay. Another sample, a real one. So Mama Loves is a company that is part of MyEO, and they asked me to try this prompt on Midjourney. They have a real product, of course, that it's a necklace, very beautiful necklace. And of course, the problem is that Midjourney doesn't know their product. So the first experiment, just using this prompt, Midjourney will create something like that. It's a necklace, but it's not Mama Loves real necklace. So I said, what about if together with the prompt, I include initial image with a real product of Mama Love? And this was the second test. It's not perfect, and still is not Mama Love's necklace, but is a bit more near what their product is. So, of course, we are in a moment that we are in the really beginning of this tech, and there are still things that we cannot do. But the results are already quite good. What about creating film, movies, so stills? So just images, not the video, of course, not yet. Can we do that? Yes, we can. So from this prompt, a scary or rabbit monster wearing blah, 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 Midjourney can generate something like this. Incredible. And what about something more artistic? It's possible? Yes, with this prompt, we can generate something like this. And what about something more related to design, illustration? Is that possible? Maybe to create a comic or something like that? Yes, it is. Look at all the small details, the food, the dinosaur, the boy, hands, even are okay, more or less. Incredible. And what about photography, food photography? And let's try with a very small prompt, short prompt, just friend thoughts, foodie, brunch. And Midjourney will generate something like this. With this small prompt, Midjourney can create this. Incredible. And what about the stock photos, something more real, something that you cannot say if it's real or it's generated by AI? Is that possible already? Well, more or less. This photo is quite well done, and it has been generated by artificial intelligence pixel by pixel. It's not real. This person doesn't exist. And what about something super detailed, a very long prompt with all the details on it? This prompt will generate this. So it's a portrait with a lot of small details, and all these details have been directed by the prompt. And what about 3D cartoons like Pixar movies and things like that? Also possible. Look at the illumination, the texture in the cloth, it's amazing. And what about deepfakes? Can we do something like Pope Francis wearing Balenciaga winter coat? Yes, yes we can, yes we can. So with artificial intelligence, we can create a lot of different things. And together with these examples, I want to show you some more strained tests. This one, in this one, I from a pixel art image, I let Stable Diffusion to reimagine how this will be in higher resolution. And this is the result. So from this, Stable Diffusion was able to generate this. And from this Pokemon, this other Pokemon, well, sometimes it makes mistakes because this Pokemon was very, Charmander was very cute here, and here it's a bit scary, but it's okay. Another experiment I did, it was, it would be possible to create stickers with this tech, with Midjourney. So I generated this kind of stickers and send them to be printed. But that's a lie, because it's true that both images are generated with Midjourney, but I never printed them. So this is not a print. This is an image that is also 100% generated by artificial intelligence. So this one doesn't exist, is AI. This is AI, the table, everything is artificial intelligence generated. Seeing that I was able to generate things that were almost real, I said to myself, what about if I imagine a film, a story of a film? I will tweet about it and I will share some of the images. So the images I generated were so real that some people started to actually believe that the movie was real and started to ask me where they could watch it. But of course, all the film and the story and everything wasn't real. Maybe soon in Netflix, we'll see. Another experiment, this was kind of fun. So I gathered some images of mummies, real mummies, like this one, and I let Midjourney reimagine how these people were when they were alive. Of course, this is not forensically accurate, but it was a lot of fun to see how Midjourney was imagine these persons. Another thing we can do with this kind of tech is blending. So just sending this image of Natalie Portman together with this other image of Mondrian, we will get this. Incredible. And we can also direct the image. So these two people doesn't exist. They are AI generated. And we give to Stable Diffusion using ControlNet this image to mimic the pose. So from a pose, we can generate as many images as we want with the exact pose. So the future, what's coming? Well, difficult, because predictions of the future are always created from our current conception of reality and the things that are trending today. In the Wild West, they would have imagined the cars of the future, something like that, no? Pues, we have what we have, and let's put some rockets to it, and that's all. So prediction for the future are very difficult. But let me try. I will take a shot. Let me try. So I think that design, video game, film, music, book industries will experience a massive tsunami. And this is just talking about entertainment, because I believe that AI will impact all fields of human knowledge. I also believe that AI will be integrated into all suites. So terms like art by artificial intelligence or design with AI or prompt engineering will make no sense, because any person will be able to do it using something as intuitive as natural language and gestures. And of course, not only images, but also videos that will be virtually identical to a recording. So that will be great for movies and animations, but we'll have a problem with deepfakes. What about literature and novels? Yes, I think that maybe something more powerful than GPT-4 will be able to write novels equivalent to in quality to those of J.K. Rowling or Tolkien. We'll see. This is a big impact to our ego as humans. We'll see. What about music? Of course, I think it's going to be the best big theme together with generative video. And what about video games? I think that they will have an impact too. And pretty soon, maybe we'll see the first real-time graphic engines generating, not rendering pixels, so generating the image pixel by pixel without using polygons. So with that, we'll be able to take procedural gains to this extreme. And this game will generate NPCs, maps, scenarios, enemies, everything on the fly. And also, of course, truly liquid applications, reprogramming themselves in real time. And if we take also this to the stream, AI could provide us with everything we might need in terms of websites and application and things like that. So these kind of things like website and application, as we know them, could change completely. Will anyone be able to create anything? So I will be able to say, okay, I want to film an Indiana Jones movie, but with me as a protagonist. Well, we'll see. And I won't delve into AI topics, general purpose AIs, self-aware of themselves, because they scare me a lot. So
Javier, wonderful. You're just right there. Yes.
Perfect.
Perfect timing, Javier.
Thank you very much.
I'm sorry, didn't want to interrupt you. So, are all actors going to be unemployed soon? What's happening? I shouldn't tell any kids to go into acting, right? Or they're never going to earn $1, are they?
I don't know. I really don't know. I think, like I said, artificial intelligence is going to have an impact in everything, not only entertainment, so all the fields. So it's difficult to really know. But at the same time, I think like things like art are not going to disappear, because art is from human to humans, you know? So we will always value something that we have created with our own hands, or oil paintings, things like that, sculpture, etc. But I think it's going to have a bigger impact in the next year. It's going to be things like design, no? Like yes, entertainment, video games, movies, illustration, design, application, websites, these kind of things.
Great. Time is unfortunately running out. I could listen for hours. I was amazed by everything you were generating. Seriously,
Thank you.
That was just amazing. All the folks out there, you follow Javi on Twitter. I do that. Go to his website. It's just amazing. It's really entertaining. But Javier, we ask everyone for the final sentence for us entrepreneurs to take away. What will it be?
Sorry, again, what kind of sentence?
Like the one final conclusion takeaway for entrepreneurs.
Okay.
What would it be?
So thank you very much. I think artificial intelligence is a tsunami, and you better surf that tsunami than get drowned. So go for it.
Perfect.
Go for surfing.
Javier, thank you so much. Thanks for your time. We're impressed. People follow Javier. Do you have the blue tick? No.
Yes.
So you're real. That's good. You're not generated yourself. Okay, I see that.
Not yet. Not yet.
Wonderful. Javier, have a good one. Super impressive.